Stop everything you're doing and listen to this. We thought it was over. We thought the restraining orders and the family betrayal had finally broken Claressa Shields. But we were dead wrong. She just delivered a soul-crushing ultimatum that has left Papoose shattered. We're talking about secret tapes, career-ending leaks, and a choice that no married man should ever have to make. I've got the alleged audio of Papoose breaking down in actual tears, and trust me, after today, Black love might never look the same again. Now, this is where the story takes a turn so dark, so calculated, that nobody, not even the biggest gossip blogs, saw it coming. For weeks, the world watched Claressa Shields take hit after hit. We saw the restraining orders, we saw the internet memes, and we saw Remy Ma's unbothered queen act that made Claressa look like a defeated, obsessed fan. Everyone thought Claressa was going to retreat back to the boxing ring, lick her wounds, and try to save what was left of her reputation. But y'all, Claressa Shields didn't become a world champion by laying down. She was just quiet because she was setting up a trap. And once she pulled the trigger, it sent a shockwave through Papoose and Remy Ma's 16-year marriage that has left the entire industry paralyzed. According to explosive new claims, Claressa didn't just accept her L. Instead, she allegedly cornered Papoose with a terrifying ultimatum that has pinned him against the wall with no room to breathe. This wasn't some emotional plea for him to choose her. This was a cold, hard business move. The word on the street is that Claressa told Papoose, "Either you walk away from Remy Ma and sign those divorce papers right now, or I release the tapes." And when we say the tapes, we aren't just talking about some casual conversation. We are talking about alleged private recordings, secret footage, and digital receipts from the time they spent together that could dismantle Papoose's entire legacy in a matter of seconds. You have to understand the gravity of this. Papoose has built his entire 20-year career on one single pillar: loyalty. He is the poster child for black love. He is the man who waited for Remy Ma while she was behind bars. His entire brand is built on being the honorable husband. But Claressa is allegedly claiming that behind closed doors, when the cameras were off and it was just them, Papoose was a completely different man. She is allegedly threatening to reveal recordings where he supposedly talks down on his marriage, disses Remy, and reveals secrets about their household that were never meant for public ears. Claressa is basically holding a detonator over his reputation and saying, "If I'm going down as the villain, I'm taking the king with me." The transition from protégé to predator happened overnight. Claressa is allegedly standing on business, telling Papoose that she is tired of being the come-up and the laughingstock of the blogs. She's tired of Remy Ma acting like she's above the mess while Claressa catches all the heat. This ultimatum is her way of saying that if she can't have the respect she thinks she deserves, she will ensure that nobody gets to keep theirs. She has allegedly given him a countdown, a deadline. She told him that if he doesn't make a public move to end his marriage, she will hit the upload button on files that will make his IRS tax problems look like a walk in the park. But here is where it gets even messier. This isn't just about a man caught between two women. This is about leverage. Think about the contracts we discussed, the management deals, the multi-million-dollar boxing promotions where Papoose is an executive. Claressa knows exactly where the bodies are buried. She knows the finances, she knows the side deals, and she allegedly has the proof. By giving him this ultimatum, she's not just asking for his heart, she's demanding his total submission. She is forcing him to choose between the woman he's spent half his life with and the absolute destruction of his professional and personal character. The internet is currently in a frenzy trying to figure out what could possibly be on those tapes that would make a man like Papoose, a man who has faced the toughest streets of New York, allegedly break down in tears. Is it visual evidence? Is it financial fraud? Or is it something so personal that it would turn his own fans against him forever? The fear in the air is palpable because Claressa has nothing left to lose. She's already been dragged through the mud. But Papoose? He still has a pedestal to fall from. This ultimatum has flipped the narrative from a messy love triangle to a high-stakes psychological war. Claressa is allegedly playing a game of chicken with a man she once called her protector, and she isn't the one flinching. She's forcing him to look in the mirror and decide if his marriage is worth his total ruin. And as we move into the next part of this breakdown, you're going to hear exactly how Papoose responded to this threat. Because what happened next wasn't a tough guy rebuttal. It was a complete and total emotional collapse that was captured on a leaked audio file that is currently tearing the internet apart. Get ready, because we are about to dive deep into that audio and analyze the moment the loyal king realized his kingdom was burning to the ground. This is the moment that changed everything. Forget the tweets, forget the cryptic captions. This leaked audio is the raw, unfiltered evidence the internet has been waiting for. When the clip first hit the forums, people thought it was an AI-generated hoax. But as you listen to the cadence, the specific New York grit in the voice, and the sheer weight of the despair, it becomes nearly impossible to deny. This isn't the Papoose we know. This isn't the lyrical giant who always has a punchline ready. This is the sound of a man who has reached his absolute breaking point. In the recording, you can hear heavy, ragged breathing followed by what can only be described as a complete emotional collapse. He's allegedly pleading with Claressa, his voice cracking as he whispers, "You're gonna destroy everything." He isn't angry, he's terrified. There are audible sobs, the kind of deep, gut-wrenching tears that come when you realize your back is against the wall and the person holding the knife is someone you once trusted with your life. But here is the chilling part that the internet is currently dissecting. He doesn't deny the existence of the tapes. Not once. Instead of saying the claims are fake, he's allegedly begging for mercy. He's asking for time. He's talking about his kids, his legacy, and the 16 years of work he's put into his public image. The tears feel real because the stakes are real. If he was innocent, he'd be calling his lawyers. Instead, he's allegedly on his knees, crying to the woman holding the detonator. This audio doesn't just reveal a secret, it reveals a victim of his own choices, trapped in a nightmare where the only way out is to lose the woman he loves or the respect of the world. Now we have to look past the tears and the heartbreak, because in the industry, love is a luxury, but leverage is currency. The real reason this ultimatum is sending shivers down the spines of executives isn't just about a marriage falling apart. It's about the massive industry secrets that Claressa is allegedly holding over Papoose's head. We are talking about the kind of information that doesn't just end a relationship, it ends a career. Remember, Papoose isn't just a rapper, he's a power player behind the scenes. He's been an executive, a manager, and a promoter. For months, Claressa was his star athlete, his biggest business play. That means she wasn't just in his life, she was in his books. The word in the industry is that these secret tapes might contain more than just romantic betrayals. We are talking about alleged recordings of Papoose discussing 360 deals, hidden commissions, and the real truth behind those multi-million-dollar boxing partnerships we saw him broker. If Claressa hits upload, she's not just exposing a husband, she's allegedly exposing an executive. In the music and boxing world, your reputation is your credit. If these tapes reveal that Papoose was playing both sides, or worse, if he was using Claressa's career as a shield for his own financial struggles, his ability to do business in this town is dead. Think about the IRS debts and the tax liens we've already seen linked to his name. The stakes couldn't be higher. If he chooses Remy and ignores the ultimatum, he risks Claressa revealing the financial blueprint of his empire. But if he bows to the blackmail and leaves his wife, he loses the very brand of loyalty that gets him into these boardrooms in the first place. He is trapped in a professional paradox. Claressa knows that in this game, the truth doesn't just set you free, it makes you go broke. And right now, she's holding the invoice for his entire life's work. At the end of the day, we are watching a Greek tragedy play out in real time on our phone screens. We've gone from spaghetti jokes and fashion critiques to a high-stakes war involving blackmail, secret tapes, and a man's total emotional collapse. But as the dust begins to settle on this explosive ultimatum, we have to look in the mirror and ask, who is actually the villain here? On one hand, you have Claressa Shields. Some say she's a woman who was pushed to the edge, used for her talent, and mocked by the public until she had no choice but to burn the whole house down. They see her as a fighter who is finally swinging back, using the only leverage she has left to demand the respect she was denied. But on the other hand, is blackmail ever justifiable? Is it ever okay to hold a man's life and legacy hostage just because your heart is broken? And then there's Papoose. Is he the loyal king who got caught in a moment of weakness, or is he a master manipulator who finally met his match? If those tapes are real, did he bring this destruction on himself by playing a dangerous game with a woman who has nothing left to lose? This is where the conversation gets real, and this is where I need to hear from the community. Because the internet is split right down the middle on this one. Do you stand with Claressa for standing on business and exposing the truth, no matter the cost? Or do you think she's crossed a line into criminal behavior that no amount of heartbreak can justify? And more importantly, if you were Papoose, would you sign those divorce papers to save your career, or would you let the tapes leak to save your marriage? Don't just sit back and watch this time. I want you to be the judge. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get into it. If you rock with this kind of deep dive analysis and you want to be the first to know the second those tapes hit the net, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. Stay locked in, stay tapped in, because this story isn't just a headline anymore. It's a lesson in what happens when the truth finally catches up to the hype. I'm out.